Hi, and welcome to the Chosen Business Owners Podcast. I am your host, Michelle Reel, and today we have the pleasure of talking with Scott Burnett. He is the president and owner of Burnett Home Improvement. And Scott, just welcome to the program today. How are you?
I'm very well, Michelle. How are you today?
Good, I'm good. So excited to talk with you. So I was thinking we could just start out if you wanted to just share with us a little bit about your entrepreneurial journey and how you got started in Burnett Home Improvement. And maybe what your journey looked like before that. And yeah, we'll start with that.
Okay, great. Well, in 1979, my father and I started an insulation company, insulating attics, and just started out knocking on doors in our neighborhood and grew slowly. And then 15 months later, he went to be with the Lord. So thankfully, I had those 15 months to learn how to run a business, and really just came down to common sense, treating people well, doing what you say, honoring your word. And then in the 80s, after I met my wife, she inspired me to branch out. So since then, started a window company or under that umbrella, and a siding company. And then just 8 years ago, actually, we started a bath shower division. So it's been great. So 45 years of this, and been very good, very thankful.
So your expanding has been kind of, instead of expanding in different areas, you've been bringing on different services then. Correct.
Yes. I mean, they're all in the home improvement side of it. So It was just a natural fit for us because I'm actually a craftsman, and just a great fit of the expansion, because we had requests for things. So why not go ahead and provide that? So, and there's times when we've done everything that we offer on just one customer's home. So it's made a lot, really has.
So do you do remodels on homes, or just those specific things? You're some of the trades that come in when someone's remodeling their home.
Just some of the trades. I mean, we'll go in and redo a bath shower inside the home. We'll do replacement windows and doors, and then exterior siding and gutter. So, we'll get into kitchens or additions, or I have friends that can do that. So we just stick to what we do best.
Right. And how do you market? I think I was reading on some of the information that you sent over to me that, is it 30% of your business is repeat business?
Probably about 33% is referral and repeat.
Okay.
We like that number to be 30 plus. And then I have an excellent marketing manager, so he spread the work well, and we do radio, TV, billboards, of course, online marketing. So he's pretty much a good doer. And our marketing take is very unconventional, like the sheet said.
And when you say marketing is unconventional, what do you mean by that?
Well, in the home improvement industry, it's kind of like car sales that they want you to buy today. Here's a special just for this day or this week. And usually it's where they've inflated pricing to be able to do that. So we take the approach in our marketing to first get people smiling and trusting who we are. So we just came out with a lot of new billboards. In fact, here's a few things our billboards around Tulsa in the area say. One just says, collect moments, not things. That's all it says. Or be courageous, be grateful, be present. Whatever, this is heading towards downtown Tulsa, on people's way to work. Whatever today brings, you got this. So just to encourage you. We even have a few billboards that just say, love one another. So We get a lot of cool feedback that we're not in your face marketing, and people are smiling and laughing. Our TV commercials, and my wife and I, we always make sure I'm usually the goofy guy. We know how my wife could get our husband. So a lot of it is just fun. We do that for radio also.
So it's not really talking about the services that you offer. You just, you talk about, an encouraging, saying or something funny, and then your name is at the bottom of it, and then they know they're relating that with you.
Right. Well, I mean, we did have some that, like, I'll show you one real quick here. We did have some that, can you say that? Okay.
Yeah. Freedy from Shady Contractors. I like that.
So
nice picture of you.
Yeah, as Braveheart. So we do a lot of fun things like that people enjoy, and we like to point out that in this business there is a lot of shady contractors, and you got to be really, really careful. Do your research well. Take your time. Don't let anybody pressure you into anything. So it's I don't know, this puts people at ease.
Yeah. So how do you go about getting the 30% or keeping that 30% retention of people coming back or referring? Do you have a referral program, or how do you keep in touch with them, like every couple months, or?
Well, the first thing we do is we have basically a customer service rep that after every job we complete, he actually goes to their home, inspects it with them, make sure they're pleased with everything we've done. And so we never leave a job without the homeowners being very pleased. Yeah. We just make sure we button things up, and just natural that they would refer us to family and friends and coworkers. And then if they ever need something again, they usually just call us. So it knocks out the competition, or the competition gets a chance.
Right. Now, are you still primarily family owned? I mean, I know you are the president and owner, but do you have family working with you?
Absolutely. Our son's in the business, and he's part owner, is our top consultant. My son-in-law, Sean, is the CEO of the business, and he has ownership also. And then our marketing manager, and these are all young guys. So we're setting for the future. I mean, the oldest is 37 and down to 30. Our marketing manager is our best friend's son that we kind of help raise. So very family. My wife is the culture leader. He's back out of the business, but just to come in for culture is real important to us. So we're making sure that carries on with the next generation, which actually they're just making it better and better. So it's good.
That's so cool. And what kind of things do you do with culture? What kind of things do you do to promote a healthy and fun, or I don't know, maybe whatever kind of culture you're wanting? Right.
Well, every week we have a team meeting. We'll go over a lot of our core values, and then we have, code of conduct, how we're going to first treat one another, how we're going to treat our customers, how we're going to treat our vendors. So each week we talk about how we can serve better. And again, it started with one another. So it's just something that's ingrained in all of our people. And we discuss it weekly.
I love that. And so when you bring somebody new in, is that the first priority for you, is helping them see the culture of what they're coming into?
Absolutely. We operate, we're a kingdom company as far as God's kingdom, and that's what we're all about. And so our purpose statement is to glorify God and make him known by loving and serving others, which we see everybody else is his kids, whether they realize it or not.
Good.
And so we shared that right up front. This is who we are. And I try to scare people off. I mean, if that's not, you don't have to be a Christian to work in the business, but your core values need to line up, or it wouldn't be a good fit. So yeah, we let them know right up front, this is who we are, this is what we stand for, this is our mission. An example today, our lead team went to the food bank in Northeast Oklahoma, and we're partnered with them. And my son-in-law and I found out how many children go home on the weekends without food.
Yeah.
We thought, well, we need to do something about that. So we're partnering with the food bank, and I'm going to ask other business leaders to partner, where every kid in Tulsa County goes home with food every weekend for 52 weekends a year. So things like that, there's a lot of outreaches that we're part of. It really keeps our team together, our focus together. Another, for instance, tomorrow we're taking 40 special needs adults bowling. So our whole team is it's a lot of fun. So they're pretty excited about it, and it just builds camaraderie. I mean, we're all focused on the same goal, and it's not just to make money, which you have to make money, and you want to pay your people really well, which we do. But it's also how the profits to the business can bless others.
I love that. Well, and it gives everybody a purpose bigger than themselves.
Right. Yes. Without that, it would take the meaning out of working hard if there wasn't a common goal. And again, for a lot of businesses, it's to make a lot of money. Nothing wrong. I'm not saying a bad thing, but we just feel it's about people and helping people.
Yeah. Well, and you're giving purpose of more a different purpose too to your employees, right? So it's not just a job that they're coming to and working, but they've also got a purpose outside of work and, reaching other people and helping people out. There's something pretty phenomenal that goes on when you can, I think you receive more than the person that you're giving to a lot of times when you do that, because, you're blessed by them as well then in the process of that.
Yes. And the team camaraderie, we like to be tight with one another. We like to be able to talk about anything with one another. And it does help us stay on the same page because, you shared, it's a common focus, common goal. Mm-hmm. And we talk at our Tuesday team meeting every week. We'll talk about a different ministry that we're helping out, and we'll have them occasionally come in and share what our company's done for that ministry or these people or this charity. So you're right. It gives us a purpose beyond the average mission.
Yeah. Have you guys always been like that? Is this something new? Did you guys start out like that?
When my dad and I in 1979 dedicated the business to the Lord, again, we're about God's kingdom, His kids. So it's always been like that. That's who we are, and that's how we hire. Yes, we like to hire very sharp, smart people that are good at what they do, but we want their core values to line up with ours, vice versa.
Right. Well, and if they don't line up, that becomes frustrating for them, right? Because then they're in an environment that's uncomfortable, and it's hard to work when you're kind of clashing. So
right. Exactly. Yeah, we pray for one another. We have team prayer every Tuesday, and we just lift each other up. And a family is hurting for some reason, we join in to help them out however we can. And again, take to the Lord, and it's a bond unlike any other, as you know.
Yeah, I love that. I really love that. So in teaming up with the food bank, are they able to put you in connection with all of the children, or did you have to go to the schools to?
No, they have 730 different outreaches. Our food bank here is phenomenal. Yeah. We just to their warehouse today, and they have partners all across Northeast Oklahoma, actually even all the way to Arkansas and down south. So they already have everything set up.
Yeah.
We just help raise money to put nutritious food in those backpacks.
Love that.
Yeah, it's very heartwarming. Kids going home without, I don't know, it's just without food.
Yeah.
Kind of a problem not having food. And then anybody for that matter.
Yeah.
Kids are the most vulnerable kids in the elderly. So anything we can do to give them nice meals over the weekend, we're all.
That's wonderful. And so you had mentioned to me before we got started that you guys expanded to Arkansas. When did that take place? Why Arkansas? What made you decide to expand outside of Tulsa?
Well, as you and I talked earlier, Colorado Springs has always been somewhere we wanted to go.
Yeah.
But we decided to stay close to home. So Northwest Arkansas, we're over there in an hour and a half. And it is a similar market to Tulsa. People are, for the most part, are laid back, friendly. You can have a company like ours over there, family owned. There's national companies over there, and nothing against national companies, but they usually don't get the service that we give, and usually their prices are higher. But we opened first of the year, January, Springdale, Arkansas. So it's gone really well. Yesterday, our CEO and our marketing manager were over there meeting 2,000 teachers.
Wow.
Yes, to see how we could be a part and help them and their schools. And so we're already partnering with different organizations over there to just make life better, especially for kids over there.
Wow, I love that. And so, any plans to expand elsewhere, or are you thinking 2 locations, or?
Well, that would be up to my son and son-in-law. And at 67, I'm good right here in Tulsa, Northwest Arkansas.
Yep.
In the future, if they want to expand, I'd say more power to it.
Yeah. I love how you've brought them all in, and really your legacy is going to be passed down to them, and they're going to be able to continue it on. And I think that's really neat.
Yeah, it's for my wife and I, it's a wonderful thing. It keeps our family tight together. And as we were talking about grandkids earlier, they will be moving off with their grandkids because they're all involved in business. So
yeah.
It's kind of selfish maybe, but that's okay. It's your grandchild.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, that's so cool. And so you've been in business a while, for a long time actually, with, doing the home improvement and, all the services that you guys offer. What would be some advice to you some advice that you could give to entrepreneurs that are, looking to start out, looking to get into the service-based business? And when you kind of compare service-based to other businesses, kind of what's your take on that as they're looking at, maybe they haven't decided on a service-based business yet, or they're looking to start a business, what could be some things that you could maybe share with them?
I would share, if your heart is all about serving and helping others, and a service-based business is excellent for you, whether it be in the home improvement arena, or I personally like dealing with homeowners. Business to business is great. We do a little bit of that. We're dealing with homeowners, which for most, they're the largest investment of their homes. Yep. So when they're going to spend $10,000 or $50,000, they want it done right. They want to be taken care of. So if you have a heart that wants to serve people and do things right and be the very best at what you do, in the service industry, that matters, because you build that reputation from your integrity of how you take care of everyone, your customers, regardless of, sometimes that means you actually lost money out of a job. But if you take care of that customer, that's bottom line. So my recommendation is, if you really care about people, if that's your bottom line, then the service industry is very good, no matter what spectrum of the service industry you're in, because you will stand out amongst the crowd. No doubt about that. Yep. There's just too many businesses out there that really don't care. They really don't value people. If you don't value people, then what do you value?
Okay. Yeah. Well, and I think you bring up a good point that we don't really think about, or at least I don't think about even on a daily basis. We say service-based business because we're in the service industry, but we don't really think sometimes behind what that word means, right? And there are a lot of people that get into the service-based business, but they have lost sight of really what that means. You're serving people. Right. It's service-based for a reason, because you're out serving people.
Right. It's not about serving yourself. I know this in the religious interview or anything like that, but I am a follower of Jesus, and I do believe my calling is to serve. He said, I've come here to serve. Well, if the creator king of the universe came to serve, that's the least I could do is do that with his kids. So it's not that hard, really. It's that's who you are. If that's in your DNA to take care of others, then it's really a joy. Actually, again, it makes it fun.
Yeah, for sure. And having been in business for as long as you have, I'm sure, inevitably, like most business owners, you've hit times where things aren't going as well as you would like, or there's things that you're struggling, to get squared away. And what would you say to the entrepreneur that gets started in a business and hits those times? Because those are going to come. We all have those as entrepreneurs, sometimes more than we would like. What would be some advice you could give to people that are, maybe hit a time that isn't so great?
Well, I would even back up on that and say, leading a business, owning a business is not for the faint of heart. It's, as you all know, having your own business, family business, there are tough times and struggles. And 45 years, we've definitely had our share. So you have to be strong, be very determined, have a focus that's beyond yourself, as if it's just on yourself. You might get into a funk and not pull out of it. Of course, you probably know the statistics on small business failure, and then keeping one going for 5 years or 10 years or 20 years. Yep. It's very challenging. So you have to be up for a challenge daily. My daughter and son-in-law have a bicycle shop in Norman, Oklahoma. Pretty much started from scratch, and it's been 8 years, and they have just worked their tails. And they're finally getting to a place where, not that they can just relax, but where finances aren't always tight and payroll's not always tight. So it's cyclical. And, when COVID hit, of course, a lot of businesses took them under. It was the challenge. It was the challenge for our manufacturers. It was a challenge for us. And setting when the going gets tough, it's tough to get held on. So we just buckled down and said, we're gonna do the very best we can. It actually did well. So very thankful.
That's awesome. Well, and so I don't want to just focus on the negative, because there is so I want to lead with this next question is, during the good times, what would be some advice to do, for somebody that when they're in the good times, what would be some key things that they could do to just keep trucking along and not maybe taking their foot off the gas? Or
well, again, depending on where your focus is, if it's on others, setting money back first for rainy days. Those rainy days are always going to come. Have a little nest egg set back where you can reinvest in your business when you need it. And then make sure you're using those profits to first benefit your people, number one, and then helping other people out, other charities, other ministries. And we've always done that through really good times, through really lean times. And I really believe you reap what you sow. I've seen it in my life. I saw my dad and mom's life and family members. So if you're always sowing that good seed, which is helping others, best seed I think you can sow, then it's the Lord's responsibility to come through when times are tough. So at a tough time, a little over 11 years ago, 12 years ago now, when I had a stroke that wiped out my right side, my speech, and it was difficult for me, difficult for my team, but God has used it for good, and our people rose to the occasion. So I think we're stronger because of that. And other tough times we've had, it just, you just get tougher, more reliant on the Lord instead of yourself.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Wow. Well, where can, so you are in, tell us the cities you're in. You're in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And then what was the other city in Arkansas?
Springdale, Arkansas. It's that northwest border, Arkansas, Springdale, I heard Fayetteville, University of Arkansas. Yeah, it's Rogers, Bentonville, where Walmart's headquartered. A lot of stick firms headquartered out of there. So beautiful part of the country. Again, they're really neat people. We just would feel right at home over there. And we've been accepted as this a Northwest Arkansas people. So it's really good.
That's awesome. And do you, on the other service stuff that you don't take care of, do you have referral partners that you work with or people that you team up with to handle other things when people come to you with stuff?
Absolutely. We have a list of referred contractors that they have to be at the top of their game, and then we can refer because we know they'll treat them just like we treated. So what we have, of course, a lot of past customers call, where do I need a plumber, I need an electrician, I need a tree person. And so we've pretty much got all the bases covered for the home. So anything they would need for the home, we know really good companies, really good people that'll take care of them and be honest and do excellent. And
Right. That's awesome. That's so cool. So where can people find your company online? Are you guys on Facebook or Instagram? I'm sure you have a website.
We do. I think you can find us on all of those. Burnett Home Improvement or Burnett Me. I'm not on any of those. So you have to ask my marketing manager. As we shared earlier, I don't have a computer. I let my team take care of it.
That's awesome.
They do a fabulous job.
Yeah, that's got to be a freeing feeling to not have a computer.
It really is. And I know I think that's kind of been that even business for 45 years. And personally, I don't have a computer. I'm pretty old school. I'm not real big on some of the technology. I said technology is great and it's used in the right way, but people are, I think it's changed their culture and they get drawn ourselves inward where people get more self-focused than others focused. And they let technology rule them. Yeah.
Interesting.
There are really good things about it. Like I listen to the Daily Audio Bible every day. People around the world are able to listen to it, which is really cool. So it's like you got a family around the world listening to the Bible together. That's a great thing. In other areas that it's not so.
Right.
Just again, at old school here.
Yeah, that's okay. My husband is a tad old school. He has no social media, has no desire to have any kind of social media, anything. And I think that's okay. I think there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. There are lots of people that get by without all that. Yeah.
I didn't have an iPhone, so I guess I'm sort of those. You just got an iPhone.
Yeah. Yeah. You can text and you can do that kind of thing.
Right. I like face-to-face. I like meeting in person. And I mean, this is up Zoom. I mean, this is great technology.
Sure.
Because we're able to talk face-to-face while you're in Colorado Springs and I'm in Tulsa.
Absolutely.
So the benefits are great if it's all used in the right way. Exactly.
I would 100% agree, for sure. Well, I have enjoyed talking with you, Scott, and I'm going to bring this to a close. Is there anything you want to close with or share?
Oh, I would think just talk with other business owners. I would encourage other business owners, or if you're thinking about starting a business, where's your heart? What are your values? Always hire according to your values. So you'll be aligned with your people. They'll be aligned with you. Think about others before you think about yourself. Yes, we start businesses to provide for our families and of course our employees. That's excellent. You should always do that. First and foremost, take care of your own. But then think about what else you can do with your business to benefit others. So to encourage others and bless others and put a smile on somebody's face.
I love that. Well, and I wanted to ask you one more question just off of what you just said. In having owned your own business and raising your kids, during that time, were there freedoms that your business allowed you with your family that you maybe would not have had having worked a 9-to-5 job somewhere else?
Absolutely. Some great benefits. One is it allowed my wife to keep her kids home at homeschool. Not great. And it gave me the flexibility to coach their soccer teams and any sport they would be in. I didn't know how I could take off early afternoons, a couple of days a week to coach and spend Saturdays, but God provided all of that to be able to do that. So yes, the freedom is excellent. I never missed anything. My kids, any activity, I always prioritize that. And I would share with other business owners, you have a family that comes way before the business. And that's one of our core values with our people is family first. So if you've got something going on in your family and you need to leave work, do it. Work your kids at a play or they're out of town at a big game. Put that first. You can make up for work later. Right. So yes, there's a lot of benefits to own your own business as far as your schedule. Of course, you got to work harder than anybody else. That's just saying you're going to be working up, read bedtime stories and prayers to your kids. So not for the faint of heart, but the rewards are, for me, are worth it, I think, for my kids as they embark on the next generation running this business.
Yeah, that's all great stuff. Good. Well, I have thoroughly enjoyed talking with you today. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and your experience and your journey with us. So appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Thank you, Michelle.
Yeah, absolutely. And so until next time, thanks everyone. Have a great day.